Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show where after the collision, we sift through
The wreckage, boy.
I'm going to do it. You beat me to it. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is the best in the world. And my co-host, Jaime the Vet Williams. And you're listening and watching live on Hamidi Group's YouTube channel and, of course, on Patreon after the fact. Vet, welcome to your show. And I feel like we've had a bit of a dull week in pro wrestling, man.
Well, that's okay, because we got a big game today for everybody to get excited again.
That's right. It is Super Bowl weekend. I actually forgot to say that. Thank you for mentioning it. And are you actually looking forward to it, or you pretty much don't even care, man, at this point?
Nope. Don't care. Don't care at all.
Oh, boy. Who's going to win at least? You going to give a tip?
Seattle, probably. I haven't watched any. First of all, I gave up football a couple of years ago.
Right.
It was the last sport to go. I finally let go of it. I just can't do it anymore. It's phony as shit. It's phonier than wrestling. And it's, to me, it's like, it's crazy that you have a Patriots and a Seahawks team, and it's not Belichick and Carroll, you know? Like, how did these bums ever make it back to the big stage?
Jesus. That's brutal, man. That's brutal. Well, I don't know how they made it, but it is the Patriots, right? I mean, they do have a proud history of making Super Bowls and winning them, so.
I guess. In my childhood, the Patriots always sucked.
Well,
They were known for, well, I mean, not always, but like, they were known for losing the Super Bowl against the '85 Bears. That's what I grew up knowing them as, you know.
well, man,
and the worst team in Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES.
Really?
They were the absolute the drizzling shits in that game.
I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that. Jeez. And also, just a tip from me: do not sleep with a watch on. I keep butchering myself, man. I keep doing it. Look at that.
Don't do that.
Every time, man. I can't help it because I sleep in my stomach. You know what I mean? So I'm always like this, and I can forget to take my watch off. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about pro wrestling, of course, and more particularly AEW. And as I get into the news shortly, I think Seattle will probably win the Super Bowl, hopefully. I wanted the Bears to win. Not that I care, but I do have a soft spot for the Bears. If I was to follow anyone, it would have been the Bears. But not like I give a shit really about the NFL, unfortunately, folks. Sorry. And Scotty Woodford, please stop being naked while being on the show, man. just a quick tip.
Well, he's over, so
he is over. Absolutely, he's over. And because it's funny, we're doing the watch along with me and Brandon for Dynamite, ironically. And man, it got so bad for us that we ended up talking religion pretty much at one point. But anyway, let's not go there. Let's go into the news because let's see what's going on. I see a lot of here we go. Let's start off with Vince McMahon's sex trafficking lawsuit update, because it seems like something, I don't want to say bad, but it's not a good thing for Janelle Grant, apparently, from what's going on here. Now, former WWE employee Janelle Grant filed a lawsuit in January of 2024, as we know, against former WWE TKO executive chairman Vince McMahon, accusing McMahon of committing sex trafficking and sexual abuse towards her. During a time in the company, Grant filed a new amended lawsuit this past February detailing new evidence and claims against McMahon and with WWE and others. Grant had also filed a petition against a WWE wellness doctor named Carlon Kolka. I've never heard of him before. And his clinic in July of 2024 for medical records related to a lawsuit, which was a court-ordered to be released this past August. Post-Wrestling and WrestleNomics, Brandon Thurston reported that Judge Sarah F. Russell issued a ruling on Friday denying Grant's request for early discovery in her lawsuit against Vince McMahon and WWE. Russell indicated in her ruling that Grant may renew this motion later in the proceedings. And in her ruling, Judge Russell stated that Grant had not established a good cause for obtaining records and depositions before the defendants file their anticipated motions to compel aberration or aviation, sorry. Thurston
I don't
reported
think you
that.
said that right either time.
Oh, wait.
Arbitration is what you're trying to say.
Sorry, man. That's right. That's what it was. Thurston reported that the judge left open the possibility of reconsidering the issue once the arbitration motions are submitted by the defendants. And in a ruling, Judge Russell stated that she could not determine yet where the following discovery at this point is needed to resolve the arbitration issue portion of Judge Russell's ruling. Thurston also reported that Grant's case is moving forward after 7 months of inactivity while awaiting the judge's ruling. Thurston also reported that the long wait for this case is within federal judges' discretion over the time they may take to make decisions. Russell reportedly also ordered that the parties to meet and decide future deadlines for the defendant's motions to compel arbitration dates for oral arguments on the issue and whether the parties want a referral to meet with the magistrate judge to consider a potential settlement. Now, that was a lot to sort of take in. Now, could they have settled by the looks of things over here? Because it seems like it's not a good thing for Janelle, but then it might be if she rules, if she does what she has to do a bit later on. What exactly is going on here, Vet?
Well, I haven't kept up with the lawsuit because it's been a couple of years almost.
Yeah, neither have I, but this seems to be in the headlines.
And this is why these things are frustrating, because you hear about things, but they take a long time to get moving.
Right. So it's been a long time already, right?
Yeah, we're basically, if I can understand it, going by what I perceived to understand when this originally was filed, not the amended lawsuit, but just the original lawsuit.
Right.
Going by what I understood, and I'm not saying that I was right, but to me, what it basically looks like is they don't want to go to trial and she doesn't want to settle.
Ooh.
Because at this point, it's not about the money, it's about the punishment. If there was no, in the original complaint filed, there was no monetary value being sought. It was said, like, that will be determined by the jury verdict, or whatever, like whatever they think is fair, because it's not about, whatever they think the damages, are the appropriate damages. It's not about, we're asking for this much money. But they're looking to get back at these people, because in the lawsuit she claims that there were multiple times when she just said, because she was owed money, right? Just the hush money payments that other people got in the NDAs and stuff, right? And she was supposedly supposed to be paid a lot of money. And she said that at one point she was like, you can keep the money, just let me out, let me out of the NDA or whatever. Just keep the money. I don't want the money. I just want to be done with you. And McMahon would not agree to, any sort of thing. So it was just a case of like, well, all right then, motherfucker. Then I guess we're doing this. Is basically the short, simplified civilian version of it.
Right.
But I mean, all of Vince McMahon's actions are that of like a guilty person. Like you would trying to, file injunctions, or trying to settle or go to arbitration or other stuff, even though he vehemently denies any wrongdoing. But yet if you just look at what's actually happening, then don't forget that John Laurinaitis, remember?
Forgot all about
John Laurinaitis says, I had nothing to do with Vince McMahon. Then he joins Vince McMahon's legal team. Then he turns on Vince McMahon again, saying I'm a victim. Like, so does that sound like somebody who's not guilty? Like, these are not the actions of innocent people. Nobody's here. And who knows what, none of us are going to know what really happened. But it's what you just read was like a bunch of legal jargon that frankly, when I hear all that put together, with no personal stake in it, just sort of my eyes glaze over and I can't
I don't
retain
blame
the
you.
information.
I don't blame, because I felt like that reading it, to be honest. But no, you're right. It's a whole bunch of jargon. But is this thing ever going to end at this point? It feels like, I mean, how many years has it been going for now? Good 4 years, I think. We're going on to the 4th year.
Well, depends on when you
Yeah.
count the beginning.
Well, yeah.
So it may end. I don't know if Vince will survive to see the end, but
Oh, that's a big call. Is that how long it's really going to go? Or are you saying he's going to croak it?
I feel like
now.
every string that can be pulled on either side is going to get pulled. But I think, Vince has a lot more strings, but I don't know. I don't know how many. So we're going to see.
I mean, he's the genetic jackhammer. I mean, he thinks he's going to last over 100 years because his mother did, right? So who knows? Yeah. Knowing him, he will never die on us.
Well,
he's
even
8
just
years old.
Yeah, even just since like, I feel like he ages 5 years every time in between times when we see him.
True. Right now, because we don't see him all the time. Like
he doesn't look healthy. He doesn't look virile. He doesn't look, he looks like he's dying right now. So,
oh boy. I mean, do you see all the mark cards that come up to him? These guys are older people too. I'm talking about like way older people that are there as fans to get his autograph and all that shit. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, these guys look like they're in their 50s and whatnot. There was no young fans. It was just older dudes. And they're all getting his autographs, taking photos with him while he's walking to court. Crazy. I'm surprised Vince would even like entertain that, but whatever. I guess it is what it is. But let's get on to other news though, Vet, because Big E officially announces his retirement, and apparently he's done with professional wrestling. I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw that coming, and I didn't think he was going to be back anyway.
Some things are more important than wrestling.
For sure. Definitely, man. And plus, he's doing all right with what he's doing now, I think, anyway. He's still getting paid. I'm sure he's still getting paid handsomely, but I still just can't get over freaking Ridge Holland doing what he did to him. And it feels like so long ago, and it shouldn't have even happened, especially considering it was on the outside.
Well, I'm sure Big E has never faced the unimaginable hardships that Ridge Holland has faced. I mean, come on, let's not even compare it. It's not even close, right?
It's not even close, dude.
Fucking motherfucker.
I mean, seriously, wasn't he begging for money from people as well? I mean, Jesus Christ.
How pathetic can you get?
True. And good riddance to him, man. It was a long time coming anyway, in my opinion. In AEW news, apparently AEW is reportedly interested in the Inspiration. Now, I know you're a fan of theirs. I'm not really, personally, and not because they're Australian. I don't know.
Probably a little bit because they're Australian.
Well, you know what? To be fair, as the professor says, I mean, I never really watched their TNA run, to be fair. So, I mean, is it much better than, say, their WWE run, in your opinion?
I wouldn't even call it a run.
Okay.
They barely did anything. And that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why TNA sucks, because they have, even if they have something, they don't know what to do with it. You know, they have no idea what they've got. So,
weren't they former tag champs as well in TNA?
Yeah, they dropped the belts on the debut episode on AMC.
Oh,
and they got no fanfare of anything they were doing. Like, they were clearly, if anybody knew, like, for example, they had a match against the Elegance brand, and nobody knows who those two job girls are. So it's not like, but if anybody knew anybody, they would have known the Inspiration, or you would have known them as the Iconics.
Right.
But they just came out, they were the champs, and they came out almost like with the jobber entrance, and then got no promo time, no nothing, just had a match, took the fall and left. Like, so unceremonious, no angle, no nothing. it's just TNA's complete ineptitude in terms of like booking and everything. So, and presentation. So, but even when they got there, it was just, they would do a backstage little promo. It was like a 30-second or a minute thing where they do their shtick, and it was fine. But not really ever the focus, or never felt like important. Just like nobody there feels important. So
that's even more sad if no one feels important. Well, I heard rumors even WWE is interested in bringing him back. So I don't know. I could see that. Did they make any appearances in NXT even?
Maybe they did. I think they might have once or twice. I forget now because it all runs together. But I just feel like, if you have a women's tag team division as WWE, you're going to need some people in it. So it would make sense.
Right.
I just don't know how that fits with their home life, but maybe they can just get a bus and raise the kids on the road like everybody else does.
I mean, why not? I know one of them, the one that's with Sean Spears definitely had a kid not too long ago. But anyway, well, good luck to him, man. I mean, they do seem better, I guess, in TNA. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they do get another WWE run, because at the end of the day, it seems like WWE is poaching everyone from TNA the longer this partnership is even going. But we'll see what happens there. But in WWE news, and this one's a bit of a negative one, unfortunately, WWE referee Daphne LaShawn announced on Instagram that she recently lost 4 members of her family following a tragic house fire incident this past Wednesday. LaShawn stated that her grandmother, grandfather, uncle, and cousin were apparently all passed away in the fire. And she goes on to say that my heart aches last night. I lost my grandma, my grandpa, uncle, and cousin in the house fire. We were at the scene till the very end. My soul is hollow right now. Please pray for my family as we navigate this unbelievable nightmare. Planning 4 funerals and rebuilding is going to be tough. My cousin, a family of 7 with 5 kids, are now displaced with nothing to their name, and anything helps, even a repost. I've posted the GoFundMe link in my bio, and I also add this to my story. Thank you all so much. God rest all their souls. Vet, that's pretty tragic, man.
It's important for everyone to always be safe.
Absolutely.
House fires are preventable. So it's the little things that we don't take for, or that we do take for granted sometimes, that can end up doing the most damage. So you always have to, be careful about, whether it's, not putting out your cigarette, or forgetting to turn on the stove or off the stove, or any of the little things that the daily things that we do every day and we don't think about. It's just be aware of everything at all times. And as far as Daphne and her family, I mean, there's nothing. What can you say? There's nothing you can say other than condolences. But for everybody else, you have that responsibility to take care of yourselves and the people around you, and always just be aware. Be aware.
Be aware indeed, man, because don't take it for granted, put it that way, because it's that easy for your house to burn up, man. Like you were saying, as simple as a cigarette or a lighter or anything, man. But unfortunately,
make sure your electricals are don't have like 29 plugs into one outlet with daisy chained surge protectors. Don't do stupid stuff.
No, I've seen that shit a lot, by the way. That's pretty fucked up. But anyway, on to other news, and this will probably bring us a smile. Did you see Tony Khan announcing a new merch deal with the NFL?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Well, get this, Vet. This will pop you surely. So you know how WWE, they've got the championship belts that they present to everybody. Well, Tony, he's going one better apparently. He's bringing out lucha masks of every team. Yeah, you heard me right. Lucha masks of every single team. So now you can go to the football wearing your very own team's lucha mask. I just can't get over it.
Well, for some teams that ain't too bad. Like if you're going to Soldier Field as a Bears fan, it's freezing. Lambeau, like some of these could help. So there could be a lot of Packers and Bears masks sold. Vikings play indoors. Yeah.
You got to see them. They're feral. To me, they look ugly ads, man. I don't know. They remind me of like clone, or not our clone, more like hologram masks with the football teams. It's not, but they look like, honestly, it looks like underwear over your head. I'm not kidding. It's like that material, it seems like. It looks like, anyway, I don't know. They look cheaply made. I'm pretty sure they're pretty cheap anyway. So good for the NFL and AEW and Tony Khan, man. I'm sure a lot of Jaguar fans now can wear them that are AEW fans too. So, I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But they look horrible. I don't know. That's just
like
me.
A picture or anything that you could throw up there?
Yeah, I do actually. They look like they look like even maybe Mil Musculas wore them, except it's not all white. But I'll show you now in a moment. Let me just get back over here. It's funny.
Well, Mil Musculas didn't just have one mask because his name literally means 1,000 masks.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you know the one that everyone knows him for, mainly the white one, if you know what I'm talking about. That's how I always think of him anyway. Can you see this?
Oh yeah.
I see. That's your mask, man. Your mask. They all look the same, by the way. Every team's ones look exactly the same.
Okay. Yeah, All right. Okay.
You like it?
I don't really know what to say. I don't. I'm not gonna just bury him. Whoever wants this, I don't know, but maybe somebody.
I don't know, man, but I'm sure it'll be a hit. Hopefully. Maybe not, but who knows?
Well, yeah, I was curious what J12 thought, but he said, why didn't he just make holograms mask with the teams? Instead, it looks like generic mask number one.
I was saying, it reminds me of that.
We could have got Beast Mortos NFL masks, he says. I think that'd be a little too on the expensive side. I mean, there's somewhere in between like cheap underwear and Mortos. Like we could find a nice middle ground there.
Oh my God, bro. That would be hilarious. J Tom says RBV will definitely be buying one. I can picture that. I don't know why, but if any of you guys do buy one, please send me a picture of it because I love to see
Those
it. Those
things they're probably like $30.
Yeah, they are. They're $30.
Are they?
Yeah.
I just threw that out there. That's really what it is, huh?
That's why you're the best in the world, man. I don't know when they're coming out, but there will be one with every single all 32 NFL teams. So yeah, look out for those guys and girls. How do I top that piece of news off anyway, man? To be honest, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but remember Kelly Kincaid?
Remember? Yeah, she works at NXT right now.
Well, not anymore. She announced her departure from WWE.
Oh,
yeah. So she's gone for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, she's gone.
Well, I mean, she's definitely underutilized. I mean, she was a wrestler of some sort, and she also could probably do some broadcasting or whatever, but they just had her be one of those mic holders. It's like it's a complete waste of her talent. So,
yeah, well, unfortunately, she's gone. Man, in AEW news, is it just me or is the Dirt Sheets making such a big fuss over what happened on Dynamite at the end? I know we'll touch on the match, obviously, a bit later, but all these, did you hear the fuck ice chants, for example?
How could you not?
Well, yeah. Well, everyone's making such a big deal to the point where I think it was an NBC article where they were saying that the opponent, one of the opponents, as in MJF, was like rattled by it. But really, he was just playing up on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. So everyone's crapping on about the fuck ice chants. Is it such a big deal, dude? Do you find it such a big deal?
The chant or?
Yeah, the chant. And everyone just reporting on it. All major news sites and channels have all been covering it.
It's the biggest story in our country right now. Not the chant.
Well, yeah. Right,
yeah, not the chant, but what's going on here is the biggest talking point, and that is what drives the media outlets. Whatever's the biggest thing.
Right.
And the media outlets have political affiliations now. So it didn't used to be that way. You used to just turn on the news and they would tell you what happened, and that was it. Now, of course, they could manipulate it. Everybody's manipulated the news since people learned to spread news.
Yeah.
Whether they were writing on papyrus, scrolls, or whether they're shouting from the rooftops, people have always been manipulating the news, but it's worse now than it's ever been. I don't think anybody can really disagree with that.
It's really bad now.
So the reason they do this is because it's with news as entertainment, they also have advertising, and that brings in money, and that's how it works. So right. If you have what this in turn does is it forces consumerism. People will, when they're afraid of stuff or they're angry about stuff, or anytime people are emotional about the state of the world, they buy things. Whether they're depressed and they just want to feel better, whether they're doomsday preppers because they think the world's going to end, so they go and stock up on a bunch of food and guns and whatever. Manipulating people into buying things is the number one economy driver. So that's the reason why all the inflation is so high. First you jack up the price, and then you make people want to buy stuff. And now they go to the store and they see the prices and they're mad again, but they can't do anything else because that's just what it costs. So they have to buy it, and now you've made more money. Right. Okay. So I don't need to give everybody like a conspiracy theory refresher course or whatever. That's not my job. Ben can do that. He understands it. But, so any story or any fresh spin or angle on a story that people can do that people haven't heard before. If they want to say, if NBC says, damn, look, we can talk about ICE, but we could talk about it as, this is such a big deal, it got a wrestling chant, because no one else is talking about that. So if they're the ones that have the exclusive on, hey, look what people are saying, then, that's what they're going to do. That's the angle they're going to take. However, this is the biggest press I've ever seen AEW get.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so for them, it works out because
that's what I was going to say.
There's so much exposure. There's so much exposure that people have heard of AEW. AEW's trying to look. Nobody ain't going to hear of AEW because they have lucha masks. That's not what's going to do it. They hear of it if they're already watching the news, and then they'll be like, now, is it going to help them? I don't know. But it certainly wouldn't hurt.
I mean, why
I don't think anybody's going to stop watching it. No. So, and also, if they already were watching it, they already saw the chant and they already knew it happened, so they didn't need NBC to tell them, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Crazy. Well, in TNA news, TNA head of former talent relations and producing, Gail Kim, was fired from TNA Wrestling in March of 2025 as part of a larger batch of firings and management teams shakeup by TNA's parent company, Anthem.
Another one of the more brilliant moves.
Yeah, well, it gets better. Affecting both companies. PW insiders Mike Johnson reported that Anthem Wrestling Exhibitions, LLC, a subsidiary of Anthem Sports and Entertainment and TNA's parent company, filed a lawsuit against Kim before the Nashville Chancery Court in Tennessee on January 10th. Johnson reported that this lawsuit revolves around Kim informing the company that after she was let go in March of 25, that she believes she holds legal claims against AWE for violations of the Florida Private Whistleblower Act. These alleged violations reportedly were not listed in the lawsuit. Anthem reportedly brought the lawsuit forward over their claims that based on the nature of Kim's contract with the company, all issues between two sides should be governed by Tennessee law instead. And then in the lawsuit, it was also stated that the company and Kim entered into a services agreement and contract in September of 2022 that included talent relations, match production, and performer services. Kim also agreed to identify and support new revenue businesses and growth of opportunities for AWE. This agreement was stated to have expired at the end of 2024, and both sides have agreed to continue on a month-to-month basis. There's a lot more to this. I don't know if I'm going to bother keep going, but if you want me to, I will. But do you understand?
I don't understand any of it. What am I supposed to comment on? Because I don't even know. So they're suing Gail Kim for what now?
Well, from what I gather, I think she said something that she shouldn't have, and she had signed an NDA. But she thinks.
But you said you mentioned Florida Whistleblower Act.
Yeah, I have no idea what that involves and what that means. I know what it means, but I have no idea what it involves.
Yeah, and what is it? And what has it got to do with Florida? Like,
yeah, I heard Tennessee and Florida. I think that's what Kim said. For example, Kim informing the company that after she's let go in 2025, she believes she holds legal claims against AWE for violations of the Florida Private Whistleblower Act, whatever that means and is. It also says he also claimed that the booking agreement for Kim was non-exclusive and that she had a right to provide wrestling and other entertainment services to other customers. So it seems also got to do with that. And apparently she was on The Amazing Race or something like that.
I don't know.
Well, that's what it says here. And they got upset about that as well, that she wasn't allowed to do all this other shit when she claims that she's able to do whatever she wants on the outside of of TNA.
Okay, well, I apologize to everybody, but I have no idea what I should comment on this because I have no idea what any of this means. So I'll have to look into this and then get back to you maybe next wreckage for my thoughts on Gail Kim. But
there's a lot.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know, man.
That's all right. Neither do I. So I was just reading it, but Cold Blooded says, oh yeah, I think it was her and Robert Stone. It never mentioned Robert Stone, but if that's the case,
whatever. Look, let's just say Gail Kim's gonna be busy.
Well, yeah, I guess. Good luck to her anyway. I mean, shit. I'll go in final news. Kota Ibushi broken femur update. Get this, dude.
Finger.
Wait, did I say finger? I mean femur. I meant femur. Yeah, that's what I said.
Maybe I heard it wrong.
Maybe it's probably my accent with that.
There is a big difference.
Finger. There is. One's on your leg, one's on your finger. But anyway, apparently he was admitted back into hospital 4 days ago, and on the next day, 3 days ago, he says this is him, and I quote: "I woke up because I endured too much anesthesia in my body, but I successfully reduced my schedule to stay in the hospital for 2 weeks or to 2-3 days. I went home after staying in the hospital for a long time, and apparently he had a lot of loose screws. So when he went to the hospital, they put screws in there again, and then those same screws 3 days later got loose, and he had to have surgery again. So it seems like a lot of botches going on here. So at this point, are we ever going to see Kota Ibushi back in a AEW ring or any ring for that matter?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I can't believe I used to be a fan of his, but boy, he's a shell of his former self, dude. He's nowhere near the same Kota Ibushi. Whatever happened to him in New Japan and all that paranoia and all that shit, it's just made him go weird, dude. He looks weird. He almost doesn't look the same person. But yeah, exactly, J12. Imagine that he signed him in 2016. He probably would have been better off. Maybe.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I just things would have been totally different. That's a huge butterfly effect to think of him being signed from the Cruiserweight Classic like they wanted. I can understand why they would want to. I mean, nothing of him would have come of any consequence. Like he would have been at the same. He would have been no better than Nakamura, but probably worse.
Mm.
You know, as far as like how his career panned out. I don't, you know, there's something about him that is just like, even before we knew anything, like even back then, he just got this look on his face. And then some, like all the promos and stuff that he would do in New Japan, it was just like everything he said, I was just looking at him like, this guy is mentally handicapped, I think.
I wanted to say that, but I didn't say it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something wrong with him. I don't know exactly what it is, but really that's neither here nor there. It ended up being like a series of unfortunate injuries that started this whole thing. I mean, even before, even when you started hearing about, you know, what you were saying, he started making these weird posts and stuff. Even before that, he got hurt, right? And it was after he got hurt that he started doing that. Yep. So it just sort of has been in this big spiral, and he's had his friends and his support system, you know, trying to encourage him to get back, and he's working hard physically to get back. And you know, what happened to him that broke his femur in the first place was crazy and never should have happened.
That was stupid, bro. He just tumbled off the top rope, wasn't it, onto the outside?
Yeah, but so I don't know, man, but will he ever get in a ring again? I mean, he'll probably try. I guess I'm just answering of like, should he, or, you know, but like if you're talking about screwing a femur back together and they can't even do that right, it's already not going right. Dude. And do you realize how much you would have to cut through to get to the femur? Like, you remember the size of his legs, right?
Right.
They were huge. So you got to cut through all that muscle and tissue to get down to the femur where you can do these things. You know? I don't think, even if he made a full recovery, I don't think he would ever be quite the same again. So he can tell himself whatever he wants, but I think his first goal should be get back to a standard of living, an everyday standard of living, and then, you know, just worry about staying healthy after that.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, man. And you're right, Vet. Oh man, it's just it's just. I don't know, man. If I were him, he's in his 40s at this point. He's not the same guy. He should just retire. But you're right, he probably will get back in the ring. But anyway, hopefully he gets better soon. But is it just me? I've been hearing a lot of shit with doctors butchering patients lately, man. And I hate that because we put so much trust in doctors and surgeons and whatnot, only for them to get shit done wrong or misdiagnose you. I'm hearing so much of that shit lately, man. And it scares me. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you think about, so this is something I think we all can, in our daily lives, we can all point out several examples of how everything just sucks way worse than it ever did, right?
It's true, man.
Whether you're talking about people in the food service industry, whether you're talking about retail, whether you're talking about just general, you know, like whatever, car maintenance, anything. Like you could think about how like, man, I feel like it used to be better. Well, everything gets worse, and these people are just people. You know, if you think young people are dumb, if you think young people are getting dumber, or they're getting dumber because they have smartphones and internet and AI now and all this other stuff, what makes you think some aren't still going to try to be doctors? Of course, doctors are going to be worse than they ever have either. And we're going to need more of them because people are going to keep fucking up. So we're going to need more doctors, and then nobody's going to want to be doctors because one of the reasons I never wanted to be a doctor, it's just one of the reasons, but one of the reasons I never want to be a doctor is like, I don't want to fuck somebody up.
That's a lot of responsibility, man. For real.
Yeah. So what do you think everybody else is going to do? They don't even want to go to work to give you a fast food burger. Do you think they want to go into an office and cut a dude open? Of course they don't. Kids and shit are just lazy and you know, unmotivated now. So that's the generation that you're counting on to be the next group of doctors.
Man, are we going to have a shortage of doctors? The way you said that seems bleak. I'm not going to lie.
It is bleak.
Yeah,
We'll be lucky to die soon enough before we have to have somebody operate on us, and you know, they'll drop like a whole smart tablet inside of us.
I don't want to laugh at that
because they were asking AI how to perform this incision.
Yeah, it says like read the tablet, but they take it like put it in there or some shit. I know, man. Fuck that. Yeah, I mean, like T and Cooper says, imagine using AI to cheat in college and not knowing how to do your job. Actually, I'll tell you a quick
Josh
story.
gets it. He gets what I'm trying to say.
Back in the day, I used to do some extra work cleaning at a hospital, right? And this is one of the major hospitals. I'm talking about it's pretty big in Melbourne anyway. And the main dude there, the main surgeon, I used to know. And this guy was like from Germany. He used to sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. Like, but it was a real classy dude, man. Big, tall dude, too. He was about 6'5" and looked like he was like a tank, bro. But anyway, so I'd see him say hello. Maybe it was, but no, he was a big dude, man. And he came from the US too. He was a surgeon in the US as well. And then he came here. But anyway, we'll get this. This guy gets busted many years later, right? Now I've long stopped working there, whatever. And he was still there. The dude had all fraudery like paperwork, man. Not once, he's the head surgeon, and not once did he actually perform. Sorry? Yeah, he was the head of trauma. Like, he was the head of trauma surgery, man. Like, and he was a fraud. So all these years that he was working there, making God knows how much money, all this time he didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing, dude. And he was getting sued by patients and you know, other hospitals and whatnot. Man, so for like 10 years, he was getting away with this shit until somebody realized that this guy's a complete fraud. And he was the boss. I mean, seriously, how do you do that?
All you got to be is charismatic, Jimmy.
Yeah, he was, believe me. When I say that, he truly was. And
if there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that if you act and look like you're supposed to be doing something, nobody will question it.
It's weird, dude, but they should. But it took a long time for someone to have the balls maybe to like be like, hang on a minute, I've noticed this guy is full of shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, there was probably some secretary or something that got tired of filing paperwork on his part.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. And how he got away with it, I have no idea. But yeah, good riddance to him. And last piece of news, Vet. How do you feel about Hiromu leaving New Japan? He's having his final match coming up at at the New Beginning. But after that, he's done. And apparently Evil's going to sign with WWE now, it seems, as well. I think it was Naito that came out and said a lot about there's something wrong with New Japan for everybody to be leaving and they need to do something about it. He goes, I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with it. But the fact that all these big names are really leaving right now, there's something wrong and something's not right over there. Is there a chance that New Japan, I mean, the way they're going at this point, could they even close shop if we get it any worse than what it is now?
No. Because I think they're still pretty much the biggest over there. So if everybody else is still running shows, then there's no way that they're gonna have to stop.
Right.
You know? I think
mean, Noah has grown.
Yeah, it is, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that's where Hiromu probably will just go there. They'll probably just move over there. And Noah's got the working relationship with WWE.
They do, that's true.
So
right.
It's a simple thing of like, if you're not going to go to AEW, but maybe WWE is not interested right now, just go to Noah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the whole thing. Noah, the whole reason Noah exists is because this happened to All Japan back in the late 90s. Everybody left.
And they're a form of their shadow of their former self.
Yeah, Misawa left and took everybody with. That's why it's called fucking Noah, because it's like he got on the ark, brought all the animals, and left.
True. That's actually
just in case anybody wasn't aware why that shit was called Noah.
Japanese are like that. Like you know how New Japan broke off from New Japan,
All Japan and New Japan from Big Japan,
right. And that's why it's called New Japan, because it's not All Japan, it's a New Japan. So yeah, I love how the Japanese do that, man. Like Noah, because Noah's Ark brought everyone over, And that's great though. It's a great
Yeah,
name.
everybody left except for
The big two dogs left, like Misawa and oh my god, what's his name?
I know I'm trying to think who stayed. I think was it Jun Akiyama stayed
He
or something
did.
like that? Like only him.
Muda and everyone.
Everybody left.
Obviously.
Yeah, and All Japan has been the shits ever since.
It's just not the same.
But they're still around, and that's the crazy part.
True.
So that's why I don't think New Japan will close, because if All Japan can still be around to survive that, then surely New Japan is just going to go through a bad period. But I don't know what they're going to have to do either, because I don't know what the real issue is. And because it's Japan, you're never going to know what the real issue is. You can only speculate, because they're very private on a lot of stuff, business-wise and stuff. So they kayfabe, in wrestling, but also in all business. And stuff. Like they don't talk about that shit.
As they fucking should, man. That's how you do things anyway.
Pretty much, it's nobody's business.
Right, exactly. We shouldn't be talking about their inside dealings and their money and all that shit. That's that's their shit. But
we shouldn't be talking about it with AEW, WWE, and everybody else too. But that's just the way shit is here. They don't.
It is what
nobody
it is.
has that integrity. So the point is, that is interesting that Hiromu left. I would get Hiromu so over if he came to WWE, for example. I know exactly what to do with him. So
he could be such a star in WWE too, especially with merch as well, dude. Like,
yeah,
I could see the American crowd eating that shit up if booked right. But like you said, they probably won't book him right. If only you could do it for him. But yeah, Evil, I don't even know if T and Cooper know if they can even do him right. But
he's more of a challenge.
You think so?
To book right, yeah.
Do you think they'll?
Well, you think between Evil and Hiromu, you would definitely
Hiromu's
think
got the merch and all that to look up on, so that's true. But with Evil, do you think they'll keep him evil? Will he still be like everything is evil?
He should, but I don't think they want to. But they should.
Yeah,
it's easy to understand, so they should just leave it that and let him get over. But I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm looking at, but you talk about those guys. You talk about a Hiromu. You talk about an Evil, assuming they come to WWE.
Right.
Io's his wife, so that makes sense. Like they that doesn't. It's not a guarantee, but it makes sense.
Right.
Hiromu might just go to Noah and hang out there for a while, whatever.
With Bushi and Naito.
But we look at other people they've had and how they drop the ball all the time. I mean, look at Jey Uso, for example. Like what? So you just went back to being the Usos. So what is that? What was all that other shit for? So now you've brought yeeting to a tag team instead of just doing it by yourself. Great. I don't see any, that to me, that's a fumble. I think Walter's been a fumble, for a long time, even though he still gets pushed and he's at the top. So people would be like, "Vet, what are you talking about? He's clearly in one of the best spots. He's retiring everybody and stuff." Bro. And I'm just looking at what they're not doing. You look at, Cody is just, he looks like a buffoon lately.
A buffoon. And you call him Raheem now.
Hey, well, you got you got a you do SmackDown, right? So check out the Smack Attack every week. But
thank you.
So Royce Keys debuts at the Royal Rumble. And then what happened to what happened on Raw? What happened on SmackDown?
What happened on NXT? Nothing, which is shocking, man.
But I saw two Obafemis.
That was great. What they did with Oba, absolutely, and I love that.
Okay, so I'm sitting there watching Kit Wilson come out and cut this promo, and I'm just thinking, okay, well, this is where Royce Keys comes out, right? Isn't that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but no, we got Obafemi. I was shocked to see Oba, dude.
Yeah, it's like he already did this on Monday, so why?
On Monday, right?
Yeah, so he didn't get signed by one of these general managers? Was he auditioning?
He could be taking a walk maybe again with his book, the Book of Keys.
Yeah, I won't tell Zane Vicious what I do with Hiromu, but I will tell him because this occurred to me. You know how I always say I don't spend 1 second thinking about this shit outside of these podcasts? Well, last night I did. For some reason, I was thinking about it. So I'm telling you now. And anybody can clip this and give it to WWE for free. Here's your free idea what to do. Okay? Powerhouse Hobbs, right? And Obafemi are going to be on these shows at some point.
You think?
You think. Clearly the focus is on Obafemi. Clearly the people already responding to him, right?
Oh, how they responding, man. They're into him big time, man.
They love him, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, you seen Rocky 3, right?
Of course.
You remember the beginning of Rocky 3, what happens? The beginning of Rocky 3 is Rocky getting all the press, all the publicity, all the attention, all this stuff. And, come to find out, Mickey's been handpicking his opponents and making sure he always looked good, always stayed the champ, always on the spotlight, all this other stuff, right? Who's in the background the whole time, training in the basement, watching TV, hating this shit, going out, climbing up the ranks himself, right? Clubber Lang is doing all the street work. Well, so now you got Powerhouse Hobbs, who's from the streets, right?
I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, you see what I'm getting at, right?
I see what you're getting at.
So you can have this whole dynamic of where Oba's getting this attention on these other things, and then like maybe you give him like a little NXT match or something, and then but then you see him like you're tying this into your Raw and your SmackDown shows,
shit like that. Like even like him keeping an eye on Oba, say, for example, without Oba even noticing yet.
Yeah. So now you have and now for your backstage stuff, you can have Nick Aldis, you have Adam Pearce, you have them as like, well, they want to sign Obafemi, right? And nobody's talking about Royce Keys or whatever.
Keys, right.
Maybe he's on dark matches so that the people that go to the shows, right, they see him there, but he's not on TV, right?
Right.
So now if he's on Main Event or some shit, on the internet,
oh my God,
then they'll see him in the match and they'll see that he's not getting what Obafemi's getting, but he'll still get a squash match. He'll still beat some guy and then you could start giving, you could be giving Obafemi like, the Kit Wilsons and stuff like that. And then you could give Hobbs the local guys. And then now you have Hobbs saying like, he's quietly like, man, you're giving him all this stuff now. What about me? What about me? What about me? Like I could beat this chump. And now you got a match. So when these guys have a match, what do? You have a fight and you have a fight to a stalemate. Nobody wins. They fight and get disqualified or counted out or some shit. So there's no winner. So now it's like, well, what are we going to do? So we're going to have a rematch. So we have a rematch at some point. And the same thing happens. Like they just can't get a winner, right? And they're both yelling at each other, talking about like, I beat everybody since I've been here. I need a title match. And then, I beat everybody too. I had a title match. You didn't get a title match before me, motherfucker, and all this stuff. And then somebody be like, okay, whether Adam Pearce, whoever, they could be like, all right, you want a title match? You want a title match? All right, you both get a title match. You're going to take on the tag team champions as a team together. Okay. So now they don't like each other, but there's a reason why, not just like, we randomly put them together. Now there's an actual reason why they got put together. Right. You say you both want a title match where you can get this title. So to say it's the Usos, right? They destroy the Usos and take the belts. Right?
That was the case.
Yeah. They're like, fuck it. And then they just start working as a team. And then, that's how you start it. And then you can go from there. But you already know that the split is coming.
Right.
Because it started as a split. But so that's the easiest thing in the world, and that's like 6 to 8 to 12 months of TV.
Easy, dude. And you can stretch that shit out. You can even have them as tag team champs for like a good 6 months, but they still don't like each other. Maybe they start sort of respecting each other. Or do you remember when Kane and Big Show won the tag belts? When they first won them, they looked at each other and started laughing. They're pointing at each other like, look at us, we're tag champs. Because they're just two mammoth dudes. I could see that kind of same thing and much better, obviously, with Oba and Keys. Oba Keys. They'll probably call him something like that. I could see it.
And then you don't even have to beat them for the tag team. You could just have them be like, okay, point made. We get it. Now here's your belts back. You can do a tournament or whatever you want to do. And I just don't want to be with I don't want to fight with this guy anymore, or whatever. So then they get signed to different shows and they stay apart. And then every time there's some like co-branded thing like a Royal Rumble, they get into a fight and everybody pops because they remember the history that you already built up.
Right. That'd be awesome, dude. That would be actually pretty awesome. But they're not going to do that, unfortunately. Vetsy, when you're saying that and you're laying it all out, I was getting excited, dude. Because it's like, yeah, for sure. Imagine that. But there's no way they're going to think that deep. So hopefully when this does get clipped, and it will,
it's funny that but not nothing against you, Jimmy, but you just said the phrase like think that deep, right? It's funny that it would be considered thinking that deep when it's their whole fucking job and I'm just at my job and this just occurs to me like out of nowhere. And I have no interest in creative. I have no interest in booking. I don't care. I never wanted that. I just want it to not suck when I watch it. So, right. If something clicks like that where I could say, oh, what if this is what I would, if someone came to me and said, what would you do here? I'm like, okay, I guess I do this, because I'm trying to think of something that is different enough that you feel like you haven't seen it before, but also it is just kind of Rocky 3 a little bit. It's not exactly Rocky 3.
No, but it doesn't matter anyway.
But it's the same. It's the principle of all these athletes are competing for top spots.
Right.
I mean, it's no different than a Trick Williams or whatever saying like, I'm already one of the best, and he's like rubbing it at Sammy's face or whatever.
Absolutely.
It all makes sense if you think about it. Like, I don't know, it's real, kind of. Treat it like a sport.
See, that's what I want. I want it to be treated as a sport more so than anything else. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of New Japan, for example. But yeah, I agree.
Oh man, yeah, they don't want me. If they, dude, you know that guy that told Bruce Pritchard he's dumb for saying that? That said Pat McAfee should go over. Like, I wouldn't be nearly as nice as that guy. That guy was actually diplomatic.
Would you take an offer if one of the major companies actually asked you to if I get to work from home? Okay, not to go to fly to Connecticut.
I ain't going to sit in there with those losers. Are you fucking kidding me?
Then we can see you on Unreal, dude. Spitballing with Triple H. I swear to God, if you were there, just say, and you were acting like everyone else, I would be like, get fucked. That's not you. That's not you. These are
no, because that's exactly it. It's almost like if you behave the way I would behave, it's almost like
you're out of here.
Well, it's like they want to keep you around to try to punish you, but if you never go along, if you never sell their punishment, then they keep you around because they keep trying to punish you.
Yeah,
it only works if they can only torture you if you allow them to do it. Everybody's so scared that because they look at it, a lot of people look at it as like, this is my big chance.
Well, yeah,
so like if
it is
in the extremely almost impossible event that they would offer me a job, I don't need their money, so they can't tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like if I tell them exactly what I think and they think I need to get fired for that, I'll be like, well, motherfucker, you should have known that when you hired me. And also, good. I don't want to be here.
It's okay. Trust me, I don't care. See is catch. No, it's true, man. Oh well. Anyway, I had images in my mind. Hopefully they do something pretty cool. I am worried for Keys already. When is he going to make his debut? His proper debut? I have no idea.
Well, maybe but it makes you wonder. And it's relevant because what we'll talk about AEW, he just came from there and everything.
Right.
But it's relevant because we just had the Royal Rumble last weekend, and then we have Raw and we have SmackDown and we have no Royce Keys. Well, the question is, why debut him at the Royal Rumble? If you didn't want to use him right away, why'd you put him in the Rumble?
That was just them flexing, probably, dude.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna flex, keep flexing. You don't just take them off and then, okay, now we have to get the vignettes ready. No, nobody would have thought if he didn't show up in the Rumble. Nobody would have thought about him.
Right.
So
exactly.
Now that everybody thought about him, the first thing they're going to notice is no follow-up.
Idiots, man. I don't know how they just did that and just disappointed everyone. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, maybe this week he makes some sort of appearance. But I'm not even holding my breath, to be honest. So I expect him to be on NXT, though, in the coming weeks, hopefully. But we'll see. Vet, I think it's time to put our gloves on, though, man. And I'm going to hand over the keys, pun intended, to you because it's time we sift through the wreckage.
Hand over the Hobbs.
Hand over the Hobbs, exactly.
Well, this really
this sucked, dude. For me, I hated this show. Straight up, man.
There's one bright spot, but
there is. Oh,
we'll get there.
Think I know.
Oh, you think you do? Well, you want to make a guess right now?
Nah, I'll wait. I'll point it out if I think it is. I mean, what, you want to make the guess right now? Really? Is it Andrade?
What's my favorite part of the week?
Andrade.
Ooh, interesting choice. Well, let's see if you were right.
Oh, damn it. Why you make me do that so you don't tell me?
Because
until later, man.
Because.
All right, we'll see.
So we get some Saturday night's main event collision promos to start Dynamite.
What the fuck was this, dude? I was confused, man. Like, what was that all about? Since when did are they confused? Vet? Can you answer this question? I thought this was a collision thing, not a Dynamite thing. They even had the music in the background playing. You know what I mean? So, what the fuck was this? I'm not hating on it, but I just found it weird. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe they forgot what day it was.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually, dude.
But yeah, they did the promos. It was MJF was one, Brody was one, Kenny was one, Don Callis was one with a random Lance Archer in the background.
Yeah.
Didn't even let him say everybody dies, did they? He just stood there.
No, he hasn't said that in ages, dude.
No, he does. He says it.
Does he?
You know those. You know, and he does it in those ones. You know where he beats up the hallway where Josh Alexander talks in the camera. He says it usually when he walks by. But anyways,
that's when he has a match too. Generally,
yeah. We had the Babes did one, and Megalope did one. Actually, Megalope actually does have a name. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to stick with. I think I like mine better, but
I've got a new name for them.
They have a new name too. So,
well, you know what I'm going to call them from now on?
What's that?
Joey's Angels.
That could be the best one of all.
Come on, that's pretty good.
All right. So the Death Riders are coming through the back area concourse thing hallway, but they had this red mood lighting set up as they walk by with like strobe light effects and stuff. So it's
stupid,
like,
dude,
why is that there? If they're coming from someplace they're not supposed to be, why is there lighting treatment right there?
Coming from the upside down or some shit, bro.
Yeah. It's still better than Raw and Netflix did, but
well, true.
So they did that, and so this is for a big 6-man. Normally this would end a collision, but actually we're starting out a Dynamite here.
Yeah,
it's Mox and Pac and Daniel Garcia versus Takeshita, Clone, and Josh. Not much to say about the match itself, other than Daniel Garcia rightly eats the raging fire from Takeshita,
and the family win.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
They're getting this. I feel like the Callis family is actually getting the strongest push right now.
Well, they're like the 49% of the roster, so I think they can't help it. But they're going to accidentally push somebody in the family. I don't know.
Accident.
It's going to happen.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Renee is with Swerve and Nana says, "We ain't going nowhere."
Swerve didn't look too happy either, by the way.
No, he didn't. She was basically like, well, you're a jobber now, so what's next?
It feels like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it actually does feel that way suddenly. Maybe he's not Tony's favorite toy anymore.
Nah, maybe not. Well, he keeps getting all gassed up for nothing.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but basically what she said was just like, well, you're not getting the title shot, so what's next? And Nana was basically saying, well, we're always focused on the title. So, okay, there you go. We got a Will Ospreay package.
We did.
Just remember him. There you go. He's still alive.
Yeah. Someone said he was going to retire or some shit. I'm like, no, he's not. I can't remember who said it, but anyway, he'll be back, and he'll be back pretty soon, probably.
All right, next is Orange Storm versus who do we have here? Jordan Oasis.
Oasis, yeah, and Brittany Brooks.
And Brittany Brooks. Are these like future stars of wrestling people? I don't know. Who are they?
I have no idea. I've never heard of him. I mean, Jordan Oasis and Brittany Brooks. No clue.
Well, bless their hearts, but they lost pretty quickly.
If you put their initials together, it spells out job.
I wonder if they knew that.
I've just noticed it now. So yeah, I mean,
he's like, announce her first, her name first.
Point that out.
Yeah. So after they get beat,
yeah,
Tony Storm's having second thoughts about the hair match. She doesn't want to be bald,
and she won't be.
But anyway,
you
yeah.
know
So
who's going bald with that? That's definitely Yuta, man.
Yeah, of course. Like, there's no. Right. Is that even a question?
Exactly.
So once again, Darby was skating all the way through Nevada to the arena, and he gets jumped by Clark and Gabe. Gets thrown in the trunk. He gets kidnapped, and oh well. Can't grieve forever. It's time for Hang Person versus.
Dude, I was going to say something, but anyway, yeah, it's against.
No, go ahead, please.
Oh, can I? Well, during the watch along, I was saying at the time, why the fuck is Darby Allin randomly just skating in the car park or whatever the fuck he was doing, and then he gets jumped. And now I love Darby, but this is dumb, bro. What's he do? Just skateboard outside while waiting to go in? I have no idea what's going on, but the point is, why?
Well, he probably drove a car up and then got the skateboard out, and instead of walking into the building, he just wanted to ride in because, he's probably all messed up. It's easier to stand on a board and roll.
Fair enough. That makes sense. He doesn't have to walk, true?
Yeah. I just thought it was funny how they show this kidnapping on television, and then they're like, anyway, next match.
No cops, no nothing, man.
Yeah, it's fine. Tony's fine with this. Well, he's busy worrying about his mask deals and stuff. He doesn't have to.
Wow.
He's not a detective. He can't solve this. It's just
stupid.
So the match is that they cut away from this for is Hang Person versus Dunkaroozilla. Do you have Jimmy? You have Dunkaroos, right?
No.
In Australia?
Yes, there is Dunkaroos, but you know what? I've never had them, and they're not that popular, to be honest.
Yeah, I assume you had them because the only reason they should exist is because of Australia. I don't know why they would just randomly do it here in America, but if you don't know what Dunkaroos are, they're like a child's snack where it's like a kangaroo-shaped graham cracker, and it comes with this little frosting that you dip it in. That's where the Dunkaroo comes from.
It
could be chocolate, it could be other stuff, but
right. Yeah, it's just meh.
And I bet that the reason they're not that popular in Australia is because Mark Davis ate them all when he was a kid.
I'm sure he did. Fucking weird looking dude. I mean, he's got the weirdest body in pro wrestling right now, but he looks like an old school guy. I'll give him that.
Yeah, well, classic old school wrestler.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
So he's got the he's big, he's hairy, he's wearing the diaper trunks. Yeah, just
he's got an odd body. Yeah,
wet, just classic wrestler.
That's true. It is a classic wrestling, the wetness. God damn it.
Classic wrestling.
Oh boy.
Another classic thing about wrestling is they used to have, you know, they also used to run the angles where they would put a bounty on somebody, right?
Right.
So basically, when you used to put a bounty on somebody, they used to like, well, it would kind of look like more like Darby Allin, like where they jumped him in the parking lot and kidnapped him, right? That would be like, oh, if there's a bounty on Darby, that's what I'd do. Nowadays, when you have a bounty, you just have a wrestling match, and I guess if you pin the guy, that counts as taking him out. Because they had this whole match, and other than just what he normally does in any wrestling match, Mark Davis did not try to injure Hangman Adam Page at any point. It was just a match that they would have had no matter what. If you just threw this match out cold, if you said everybody got sick and you guys got to have a match and no story, just go out there for 20, 30 minutes, they would have a match similar to this. It doesn't even matter that the story was supposed to be that there's a bounty on Hangman Adam Page and that Mark Davis was supposed to hurt him.
Yeah, but no.
He's always going to hurt you for a shoot because that's what he does. That's what happens in his matches. But I just mean the story should have been him trying to do stuff to Adam Page and Adam Page getting out of it. You know, like trying to pile drive him on the apron or pile drive him on the concrete and have him like fight out or backdrop or just escape or just don't kill me, you know, or even try to get disqualified, go into the thing, get a wrench from the toolbox, do something to look like you're trying to get paid rather than just do wrestling. And you know, you're not going to beat this guy. Even if you should have known you weren't going to beat Adam Page. So even if it were real, you would have known you couldn't beat him. So just try to injure him and collect your money. Right.
I agree 100%, but not here, not with Davis. And like I said, where's the screwdriver? Didn't his ex-partner like leave it somewhere? At least
there's always got to be a screwdriver somewhere.
It's got to be. It's a Callis family, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, nope. Buckshot Lariat, and then we get a promo from Person, and don't think anybody's really that interested to hear about it. So we'll move on to a Kevin Knight package.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm that guy. I'm the jet to fly, Kevin Knight. I'm that guy that you've been seeing beat a couple of major guys, but mostly lose.
Yeah. And be like, yeah. Well, cool. It was just a little video package, but the next match is what kind of surprised me, dude.
Yeah, this was your pick for my highlight of the week, right?
Am I right?
Well, absolutely not.
What? Oh.
Right. I mean, I do love Andrade. He's always a highlight for me, but not the highlight. Not this time.
All right. Do I get a second chance?
Well, you got to take it now.
No, I'll say it when I think it is. Put it that way.
Don't work that way.
Come on. Come on, man.
Nope.
All right.
You got to take another pick.
Why are you doing this to me, goddammit? All right.
Well, you don't have to pick.
You can
just take your L.
Okay. All right. It has to be Ricochet then.
We'll find out when we get there.
We go.
So
it's got to be.
All right. So Kenny versus Andrade. Well, what'd you think of the match?
It was good. It was absolutely great. It was a great match. I was kind of surprised that Andrade won, but should I be?
No.
Yeah. I mean, and what's up with I know there are plants in the crowd. Some people think they're not plants, weird enough. But one of the chicks, did you hear about the controversy? How one of his girls in the crowd, I think, tweeted or put something on Instagram saying, hey, this is so fake while recording the match. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. She copped some flack over doing that, as she should. I don't know why she's writing that. And also, apparently, she's a porno star.
Dang.
Yeah. That's what I read.
Well, I know the first girl ended up being a worker. Well, I looked her up. Yeah. And she's like a cosplayer and a wrestler. So when people like Jim Cornette say cosplay wrestlers, this was like like legitimately both.
Well, this one apparently is a porn chick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to count on you're not going to count on a hot girl randomly being in the front row of an AEW show, are you?
No way. Not those type of chicks. Absolutely not.
Nah. So, but yeah, I mean, did you think Kenny looked better in this match than he normally has? Because
I think he did.
Okay.
I mean, in my opinion, I mean, the last few weeks he's been a lot more like himself. But the fact that he didn't get the win, I don't think he's even coming to Australia, first of all. And it seems to be some sort of conflict with him even appearing at Revolution due to him joining the Street Fighter tournament in Japan.
Better pay.
He prefers to do that, bro. I'm just saying. What does that tell you about AEW?
Hey, speaking of that, did you see the Street Fighter 6 Alex gameplay trailer?
No, I haven't actually checked it out yet, man.
Yeah, so his finishing move, like not finishing move, his critical art is the it's like a V trigger one-winged angel.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. That's pretty cool, though. Good on him. I mean, I'm surprised Kenny's not even in the game.
Well, I mean, there was that other Street Fighter ad where he played as all 4 of the DLC characters.
Yeah, that was weird. What about him and Kenny? Him and Cody, sorry, a few years ago doing the Street Fighter 5 ad. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I mean, yeah. But
Cody was Cody,
that's funny. Like, he started out as the Street Fighter guy. He was the guy that if you saw a viral clip of some wrestler in some shitty independent promotion, he was doing like a fireball.
Yeah.
Or he was doing the Zangief Final Atomic Buster on the blow-up doll. You know, that's where you would have known Kenny Omega from. That's all he would have ever been if Okada didn't put him on the map. So,
for sure. I mean, I agree. And he's been sponsored by Capcom for many years, man. I'm surprised that he won him for the movie, but Cody's been there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Poor old
Well, anyway, it's come full circle now. Now, you know, he used to say, he used to do the move. He says, "You can't escape," which he stole from Alex. And now Alex can steal his wrestling moves.
As he should.
But anyway, yeah, like you said, they tried to use a screwdriver. Swerve came out, intercepted the screwdriver, and then Kenny ate a ball shot. And that move that he does is called the DM. The little twisting suplex thing.
I wonder why.
And then afterwards, Kenny starts getting into a shoving match with Swerve because he perceives Swerve to have cost him the match, even though Swerve saved him from getting stabbed, actually.
He did. Right.
And if Kenny would just watch Dynamite, he would know that. But
yeah, but apparently he doesn't.
Yeah. So there you go. It's
security breaks him up, by the way.
Yeah, security comes out. Yeah, let's just get into that.
Yeah.
Brody King package.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right along.
Renee with Chris Statlander, a.k.a. the Cosmic Killer.
Hey, I can't say, is it just me or did Statlander look better than she ever has?
It's possible. That's faint praise, but it's possible.
She looked kind of good, and I don't even find her attractive. But for some reason...
Not as good as when she got a whooping, though, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Let's move on though. Speaking of.
Cosmic Killer, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means she's a killer that's cosmic or if she kills Cosmos, but
I think it's a bit of both.
She's like, she tells Tekla, like, "You want a rematch? Yeah, you can have a rematch, but we need a stipulation, but you're gonna have to wait, you have to shut up and wait till Collision to hear it."
Whoa.
Okay.
God, can't wait.
Next is I guess an eliminator match because it's Megalope, or as they're known now, besides Joey's Angels, but as the announcers will call them, Mega Bad.
That's so stupid and corny, bro. Really, I mean, it's dumb. There's something to what WWE does now, really, with the names. Like, just sounds stupid, man. Come on, Joey's Angels, Tony. You know you will laugh at that. And
they don't want to remind anybody that he used to work there.
The fact anyway. I just can't believe they put two of his exes or one
Right.
current, one ex together.
Right.
So why not?
Well, they hope nobody Googles it. But the thing is, they win. Harley gets doomed here. I didn't even get I didn't really find the match that entertaining because it was kind of one-sided, and they I mean, it was 60-40, 55-45, but it just felt like they just quickly had this match so that they could have another match later for the belts in Australia, I guess. Right?
Yeah, and you know what? It was a pretty strong win even for these two, to be honest. And they looked good doing it. I mean, Bane seems pretty pumped up now.
Well, this could be a night of beating champions to get title shots.
Well, that's how it works in AEW. You beat a champion, you get a title shot, as we will see later on also.
Yeah, but so anyways, yeah, I didn't even get the entertainment that I normally get, which is in these matches usually Harley Cameron just kicks the shit out of Megan Bayne, but even that didn't happen this time.
No,
apparently they listened to the wreckage and they were like, "Hey, wait a minute." So sorry for pointing that out, everybody. But new number one contenders, mega bad. So, and all they had to do was basically squash the tag champs.
And what's sad, all the champs will win the next match.
Yeah,
more than likely. We'll see.
Let's see. So, Ciampa is going to continue the tradition of putting up the open challenge for Sylvie. That's what he's named Sylvie. The TNT title, Sylvie, not Goldie. that was NXT. Sylvie now. And
Sylvie, yeah.
So for a guy that's a psycho killer, he never killed anybody, and for a guy that's very like possessive about his championships and his hugging his championships, it doesn't seem like in character to offer an open challenge if you're that possessive now, does it?
No, it doesn't. And can we stop these open challenges with both companies? It's stupid.
Yes. Okay. Lil Brooks Jensen versus Ricochet. Jimmy,
this has got to be it. Was I right? At least
this is the highlight of the week.
There we go. I should have known that first.
Finally, something.
Thank God.
Something for me. You know, you guys, I love everybody here in the chat and everybody that ever listens, whether you're here now or whether you're here most of the time or some of the time or whenever you can. You guys have to put up with me ranting and raving about all the things I do, making sense, psychology, stuff like that. But if you ever said, well, damn, that says you hate everything, what do you like? I mean, there's got to be, don't you ever like any matches? So if you want to see the kind of match that I like, Ricochet versus Jungle Jack is exactly the professional wrestling match that I like. And that's 2 match of the years now that Ricochet has been involved in, because last year him and Zach Gowen was like, if I'm doing observer voting, that's my match of the year. Ricochet versus Zach Gowen. I thoroughly enjoyed that match more than I enjoyed any pro wrestling match. And on paper, you'd look at this and you'd be like, well, this is just some random match for no reason in the middle of Collision. I mean, Dynamite. It felt like Collision.
Well, I think it was Collision. Oh, no, this one was Dynamite. Sorry.
This is Dynamite.
The last one, I think, was Collision.
So on paper, I'm sure a lot of people would be like, and just seeing Jack Perry's name in this match, I was almost like that myself. Because, I usually watch things at double speed. Right. I got to get through this. We just get to the finer points of things and just gloss over the rest. And I figured, like, I've seen Ricochet. I know what he does. I can afford to miss this. Wake up, Jimmy. Come on. Wake up.
I'm awake, man. Right. I'm awake.
Right. You look like you're nodding off a little bit. Just want to make sure.
That's right.
I'm glad Joe Hendry didn't show up when I clapped too. So that's
say his name and he will appear.
Yeah. So, I almost said screw it and just fast forwarded this one too. But for whatever reason, it takes me like most of the week to watch Dynamite. And so I've just like, I just watch it in pieces and I just relax and try to, get what I can out of it. So I decided, okay, I'm just gonna watch this. I'm gonna sit down like you do with your nice steak dinner. Take your time, cut your meat, chew it. You know, don't just wolf it down on your way to the car. You know, just enjoy it. So I said I will enjoy this, and man, I'm so glad I did, because it was dive started by Jack. You know, so the babyface gets over, but then Ricochet took it over, and Ricochet's a heel, right?
Well, yeah.
So every other heel that's as athletic as Ricochet is just gonna do all the stuff that they do, right?
Absolutely.
Ricochet basically put a punch kick heat on Jack Perry. Like very few, if anything, athletic. He just, you know, a drop kick. He put a perfect drop kick, like at just the right time, just a drop kick, and it made sense. Because he's not going to clothesline him, even though he's basically the same size as him. But why clothesline him when you could put 2 feet in his face? So everything Ricochet did, his psychology, his working, his crowd work, where he's just acknowledging people and, you know, getting heat, getting a you're still bald chant, you know, like it's so.
Plus,
I know the fuck ice chants made national news, but I think Ricochet getting fans to chant "you're bald" in a sport where literally almost everybody is bald. I think that's amazing. So
everybody's bald.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much all bald.
He was even pulling the hair, you know, like that's the one thing you could say about Jack Perry's like, well, he does have hair. So he's like pulling a hair, like grabbing fistfuls of it, yanking it, working the hair. Because why? Because people are chanting he's bald. So he's going to pull the hair of the baby face, right?
Absolutely, as he should. He's like an old school heel, right? When you think about it.
Right. And then they had GOA come out because Jack Perry put him in the snare trap. So he's like basically passing out in the snare trap. So here comes Bishop and gets up on the side. And the referee's like, hey, get down. While he's over there, Toa comes around the other side and like pulls Ricochet over to the rope and like puts his hand on the rope. He's already passed out. And that's so classic wrestling heel cheating bullshit. I love that. It's like the perfect dessert at the end of the, well, actually the perfect dessert is the fact that Jack Perry got beat. You know, that's the best part.
Yeah, I was so pleasantly surprised by that, man, because
right. The Bucks come out.
Oh, yeah, that too, of course.
The Bucks come out, which then it started to suck. I'm like, okay, a little bit too much. And then they set up that finish where Ricochet put the championship belt over the turnbuckle and then, you know, knocked him into it, hit the finish. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful.
Over. And Ricochet wins via pinfall to retain his AEW National Championship. And also we find out that the Bucks and the GOA face off on Collision to see who enters a 3-way tag team match in Dynamite to determine your number 1 contender. So I guess the Bucks are going to win that one. I hope not, though.
That was the beginning of Collision, Jimmy, but we'll get there in a moment.
No, it wasn't. At the end, after the match, when they're celebrating, when Ricochet celebrates, you find out that the Bucks and the Gates of Agony will face off on Collision.
Right.
They say that at the end. That's what I was referring to.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
To the start of Collision. But yeah, you're right. And by the way, I need to turn this light off. It's this light that fucks with my eyes, bro. It's no shit. It does, man. Because every time I look up, like that's why I'm blinking a lot from that. Yeah. Then it's gonna look too dark.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Final Boss, do I like the war between the Callis family and the Death Riders? Of course not. What are you kidding? What kind of question is that?
What are you talking about?
But speaking of that, maybe Gabe and Clark took over the production truck to play their video of Darby, who was bagged and dragged through the desert.
Yeah.
And left out there.
Is he dead?
As a message to Don Callis.
I said these guys are mafia now. They're like they're hitters, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it.
Should be worried now. Should be scared.
There you go. It's basically Casino.
Yeah. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's I mean they're at war. Is Gabe and Clark, are they, it sounds like a, I don't even know what that sounds like.
Game Clark.
Gabe and Clark. Yeah, it sounds like a nerd podcast or something. I don't know.
Well,
Are they affiliated with the Death Riders now?
Well, officially they're not part of the Death Riders, but yeah, you got to say they're at least affiliated with them, right?
Maybe.
I mean, they have
was
been doing
Gabe,
their
Gabe
dirty
Kidd
work
was
there.
kind of working with them, wasn't he? Or
Yeah, well, Gabe Kidd, wasn't he like also Moxley's sort of young boy at one stage?
no.
Well, you know what I mean. I
Not in New Japan. No.
What's it called? Shooter Umino was originally.
Yeah.
Not Umino. Was it Umino?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, shit. But anyway, even with this guy, he just seems I don't know, like he's been under Moxley's sort of wing.
Yeah, not enough that I could confidently answer yes. Like, I don't remember any vignettes. I just remember sometimes they would do those backstage stairs, sitting in the stairwell promos where everybody says like a couple of things, and Gabe Kidd might wander in and say a couple things, but not necessarily that he was some kind of a protege per se. The point is, bleh. Now the main event, Brody King versus MJF eliminator match. Of course, if Brody King gets the win, he also gets a shot at the title at Grand Slam Australia.
I'm not going.
The match, the match starts kind of. We already talked about the chants. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody's looking at the chants. Supposedly, I think it was Remsburg was the referee, right?
Yes.
Supposedly, he didn't ring the bell for a few seconds just so that the chant could get over a little bit. Supposedly, he said that.
If that's the case, do I call him an idiot or do I say well done? Because I guess it got him attention. So
yeah, it ended up being well done, I guess.
So yeah.
Also, also the ratings.
Was it up? I don't know about the ratings this week.
So the previous week's Dynamite was supposedly. Now remember, I have to say supposedly because we're the clean sheets, Jimmy. We say supposed,
right?
Because we're not just gonna take these random numbers and stuff and say that we know for 100% is fact. We're just telling you what's being said. The numbers would be about 650 something thousand people from last Wednesday. This past Wednesday, the number was the same number, 650 whatever thousand. With the demo being the only thing that changed a little bit. I think it went up a little bit. But the viewership was the same. But before that, Dynamite was getting dangerously low, like in sub 500 territories. So whatever happened, people getting snowed in and having nowhere to go maybe, or whatever the case. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. It was, everybody tuned in for Ciampa.
I know, I can't believe it, but there's got to be some sort of thing going on there, right?
Yeah, but or maybe the new Nielsen rating fixed their glitch. Whoever, whatever the case. The point is, we'll see now after some national news of what happened in this chanting and main events and stuff. Now we'll see next week what that rating is to see if it had an effect on it.
Where are they, by the way, next week? Do you know?
I forget.
Okay. It'd be interesting if they were in Minnesota, for example, which I don't think they are, but I'm just pointing that out.
Actually, I don't know where they are this week, but next week they're coming here.
Oh, are you going to
go? Like the following week, I think Dynamite is here.
Are you going?
Oh, hell no. You kidding me? Fuck that.
Are you ever going to go to another wrestling event ever again? Or
probably not.
Wow.
Probably not.
Not once, just once.
it's just so like, yeah, my lap. That's down here. That's I was reading Final Bosses.
Down where? Down there.
Down there. Hey.
Hey. Where's the fun, Dad?
No, but it's more about like it's more so about my comfort levels.
Okay.
Like those chairs that you have to sit in are so uncomfortable, and they keep making them smaller. Like at the Golden One Center, it's like a brand new facility they built, and I swear they think everybody is like 110 pounds.
Really?
Like it's so the seats are so narrow. I'm just like my elbows are all in. I feel like I'm in coach in a flight or something.
I hate that, ridiculous.
Man. I got to put my knees up, you know.
Yeah, fuck that. I hate random people just being next to me too.
Yeah, for some reason. They think everybody here is like 5'6" and 100 pounds. Like it's America. Everybody's fat. It's just you have to understand that.
America, everybody's fat.
And if you can afford tickets to sporting events, you could damn sure afford food, so you know you're fat. Anyways, the point is, immediately Hang Person comes out. Immediately. Right. Like we're not even gonna have a match. We're just because we already know where we're going with this, so we're not gonna have a full match, because then why are you gonna pay to see another match of the same match? So we're not gonna actually have a match. We're gonna have Hang Person come out, then MJF's gonna get choked, then he's gonna do the fat guy cannonball in the corner, then he's gonna hit him with the Gonzo bomb, which is not a bomb, it's a driver, but whatever, whoever. That just shows you how stupid he is. Does anybody even know the difference between bombs and drivers anymore? Like, no. I throw my hands up at the whole business. And then Andrade comes in, and he hits the DM on Brody King, and then here comes Hang Person. He gives a buckshot to Andrade, and then MJF. He tries to give a buckshot to MJF, and MJF hits him with a low blow out of the buckshot. And then Brody King gives him a second Gonzo driver. So,
what a burial, dude.
Yep.
I mean, this is kind of weird the way they went along by it. I mean, like, see, now once I saw all that, I said to myself, fuck it, I'm not going to the Grand Slam now. I didn't want to see, I even said it the week before. If we get Brody against MJF as your main match over here, fuck that. The card I feel is a lot weaker this time around than it was last year. Last year was pretty good, actually. Like every match was good. Everyone was there. This time around, it's like what, 4 matches, 5 matches, if that. And no Kenny. Yeah, you got Hangman. I couldn't care less. I don't care about Brody. I would have minded seeing MJF, but I don't know, dude. I don't think the show will be as good. And by the way, the house show in Brisbane is selling bad right now. Like really, 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 really bad, dude. So good luck to them next week.
Can you blame the people? I mean, they're just not.
Well, they're not really. You know what's stupid? And I don't know if I said it on this show last week, but you have to go to AEW.com or AEWtickets.com to get the tickets, not Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
You got to go to their website to get the friggin' tickets. That's stupid, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, as for Meltzer loving this storyline, everyone gunning for the belt, it's not really a storyline. It's something that's kind of tacitly implied in all professional wrestling. Everybody should be gunning for the belt. But if you're just talking about a group of guys, personally, again, going back to SmackDown, I like that way more than this. This is just guys running in and hitting finishers.
Right.
But I like on SmackDown where it's like Sami Zayn tried, didn't get it done. Trick Williams is like, yeah, you're the guy that doesn't get it done. I'm going to get it done.
Right.
Got Cody won his rematch. You got Randy Orton going for it. You got who else jumped Drew McIntyre? Jacob Fatu. You know, like all that stuff is much more interesting as far as like everybody gunning for a title.
I agree. I mean, there are better shows in AEW right now. Let's be real. Even though Tony Khan became your Booker of the Year for 2025.
Yeah. Well, he certainly wasn't going to win it in 2026 for this episode of Collision that we're about to talk about. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
because oh my God,
and then
we're starting out with the Young Bucks, which they're not even young anymore. I don't know how long they're gonna. Can they retire in their 50s or 60s as young? I mean, I don't know. They should do it though.
No, you know what? They don't like the name either, but it's just stuck. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? Maybe if they call themselves just the Bucks, would that work, you think?
No.
Okay.
But they could just call themselves whatever they want. They could make up any name.
Generation Me.
Yeah, just they may not be able to, but just reinvent themselves, you know, Chris Jericho style, whenever he comes back. Maybe Chris Jericho can come back and reinvent them for them.
The Cox. J12.
I don't know if anybody would want to be with their wives.
Not that crash.
So anyway, yeah, this match is the same old bullshit, you know, where you have these two guys that look like they would actually floss with the Young Bucks and they have to sell for it, you know, so and lose. Meltzer driver 1, 2, 3. And then FTR comes on the screen and it's like, yada, 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 yada. You're the Young Bucks, but top guy's out. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we've seen this match a million times.
Yep. And we're seeing them. It's probably like 3 times, but I'll see you a 4th time.
Yeah. At Revolution, I believe, right?
It's going to be revolutionary.
I'm sure.
Brody has some comments post Dynamite that just kind of amount to oof.
Yeah, enough of
I kind of like the Brody's promo better when the Berserker did it.
Yeah, oof.
Yeah.
He's definitely Berserker 2.0.
Or Rick Steiner or whoever, you know, anybody that
any
barked.
Other dog.
Yeah, anybody that barked is better than Brody. Renee brings Chris Statlander out, and then before she can do another terrible promo, we get a dark whooping. Go ahead, Jimmy, give it to him.
Can I just say the dark whooping? Or
yeah,
the Triangle of Madness gives a dark whooping.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, she was actually, you know, you were talking about Chris Statlander maybe looking good. She looked good in this dress she was wearing as she was getting spanked.
She's, I don't know what
hot.
she's done, but she's starting to look better. Like, you know, believe me, you and I both just give a shit all the time.
Yeah.
But what's going on? Has she been listening? Someone told her. What's happening?
Hey, she's the champ now. You know, you got to clean up a bit.
And it took her fucking 2 months.
We were calling her Fatlander.
I know.
You know, now for a period there. Yeah. So if that got her on the right track, then good. Sometimes you have to shame people. It's just it's out of love, you know. It's a professionalism. You know?
Absolutely. And we freaking, you know, hey, it worked. I'm telling you, she's probably listened. It's Kevin Marty. Spank giggity.
Yeah, sadly it was less of a spanking and more of like a, you know, like an actual like a Denzel in Glory type thing. But,
oh man.
But anyway, yeah, so she's like, well, you just messed up because now you're gonna face Straplander.
Straplander.
Yeah.
Yikes.
She actually said that.
So,
well, not verbatim the way I said it, but she did call herself Straplander. She's going to face Straplander because it's going to be a strap match. There you go.
Stupid girl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Lexi is with Kyle Fletcher, and Okada says, you got to, paraphrasing, he says, you got to get that TNT title back. Proto Okada. Hey, remember how you saw a package on the Jet Kevin Knight? Well, here he is taking on Scorpio Sky. They should have put a package on Scorpio Sky because everybody's already forgot who this guy is.
He's only lives on Collision too, and now he's just a glorified jobber.
He's a cheese sandwich and a job.
I can't believe it, man. This guy used to be a TNT champion, used to be pretty, mid upper level, upper mid card, and now look at him. It's just
Well, he was Well, he's no worse now than he was then. I think he's now just at the spot he always should have been.
I mean, shit. I was never the biggest Scorpio Sky fan, but goddamn, man, from winning the Sonic the Hedgehog ring to this,
Yeah,
a big change, man.
Yeah. Well, hit that spike. Hit that spike, and the ring came out. So,
man.
yeah, and then he got hit with the UFO, and the L came out, and but he's cool with it. Sportsmanship afterwards, handshakes and hugs, So it was good.
No, absolutely, for sure.
Jimmy,
Yes.
Hook is the new boss of the Ops. Samoa Joe said so.
Okay. Well, he's up in the streets of New York or Red Hook. Where is he?
Yeah, probably.
There's an ambulance in the background. That's all I know.
It's probably for something he did.
I mean, shit.
They're probably going to pick up his victim. Just another victim. See what I did there?
I see what you did there. And also, so because Joe's out injured, he's a temporary boss, I believe.
Yeah.
He's the acting leader, actually.
Interim boss.
Yeah, or acting leader, whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
While Joe is gone, what does that mean? Is he going to direct traffic, and who is he directing?
I don't know, but you know what he should have had? He should have had the Ops dojo, come in from outside the ring and fill up the streets like an army, kind of like the Warriors. Remember the movie?
Yeah, absolutely. Or or Mortal Kombat. Do you remember the song, the Mortal Kombat, the commercial?
Yeah, but not that. Yeah, definitely not like that. I know you're just thinking of things where a lot of people were in the streets at once. But,
yeah, I was.
Yeah,
But the Warriors, I tell you, get your guns turning up and going onto the train and whatnot.
Viva Van versus Mina Shirakawa.
Who's Viva Van?
Well, Jimmy, I don't know if you know who Viva Van is. But
I have no idea.
No idea. But the crowd did, because there was dueling chants of "Let's go Mina Viva Van." So I guess she's known in Las Vegas.
I guess she's Las Vegas own, I guess, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nah, probably not. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know where she's from. I've seen her around. She travels the indie world. So
well, she seemed popular.
She was not popular enough to win. She loses to a figure four. No one's ever done that. I don't never remember anybody losing to a figure four, but then we get the entrance of Marina and Yuta. It's like they're crossing paths with Mina Shirakawa. Like, yeah, that's right. I beat you before. Fuck you. That whole thing. So
should have done Mother's Milk to her.
Well, she saved that. She saved that because they're taking on Zeta Steel and Dante Martin of Top Flight. And sure enough, you know what to do, Zeta. Suck him.
She's got to do it to a guy. I mean, I know it's going to look wrong, but it'll be funny. At least do it to her husband.
Yeah. Yeah, do it to the husband.
Yeah. I mean, that way you can be comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, why not? But after the match, Yuta attempts to shave the head of Steel, though. But the music of Tony Storm hits as she comes running to the ring with scissors, of course. And Orange Cassidy isn't too far behind, man. As the Death Riders just flee the area.
True. I got a piece of advice for you and everyone.
What's that?
Whatever you do, if you see the Brawling Birds at a bar, do not attempt to buy them a drink and hit on them.
Absolutely not. I'm out of there.
Because they will kick your fucking ass.
Get the fuck out of here. You know what? Are they called the Brawling Birds now? Is that the name?
Yeah, it had a graphic and everything. Yeah. Said Brawling Birds. Because didn't you report that they trademarked that, right?
They did.
Yeah. So
look, here it is. Bad. That is the word. And
Sorry,
Windsor.
Professor. Windtur is not the name they went with.
Yeah, they definitely nowhere near that.
MJF had some comments post Dynamite also. He was not happy. Let's put it that way.
You blame him? I wouldn't be either.
Oh. Hey, remember Brittany Brooks from the other night?
Yeah. She's back.
Well, Tekla beat her ass, and I think she whooped her too. A spanking for Brittany.
What's with the spanking all the way around? Is this Tony's new obsession?
We got a strap match, pal. We got to get a gimmick over.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Well, it gets better because we see John Moxley on the streets next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what's
a promo yet. This is why I've dubbed it for anybody that missed it last week. I have dubbed a new style of thing. It's called the promo yet, where somebody does a voiceover over what looks like a vignette that's got like a montage and everything. And sometimes they cut back, and sometimes they don't. So promo yet. Yeah. Basically, he's saying Takeshita's not ready for this. He can get these hands.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of which, parking lot fight is next. Now, Jimmy, there was a kendo stick in this.
There was,
and you know what that means. This never happened for me.
Well, the fact that the gladiators or the young veterans were here for here, this never happened either for me. I'm just saying, but you know what? Have no fear though, because Kingston Ortiz and the Rascals do end up winning.
I didn't watch this because it never happened, but I definitely didn't see when they wanted to do a spot where they were in the limo, and it looked like it's supposed to look like they were fighting, and then when they came out, there would be like this big cloud of smoke, when they came back out. Yeah. And I definitely didn't see that. Not only did that cloud of smoke come out early before anybody got in the limo, it came out of the sunroof, but I also definitely did not see that when they did get in the limo and started pretending to fight, that it looked like they were having sex. It looked like the Grand Theft Auto, like when you get in the car.
Hot coffee.
Yeah. I definitely didn't see any of that because I disavowed this match. It never happened. So,
wow.
All right. Lexi is with Roderick Strong, and Briscoe's like, hey, man, if you win, can I get a shot at the TNT title again, baby? And Roderick Strong says he's not in the conglomeration because Mark called him a fellow conglomerator. So he's like, not in the group. So he's still doing that. Group of it? Do you think? Yeah, he's not in the group. He says he's not.
Right. True.
So and they think that by teasing this for so long, it's gonna like blow the roof off when he finally like accepts.
And it probably will, though, Vet, actually, for the AEW fan base, the Sickos.
Yeah.
We're like, strong.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like when Sue pulled up in the minivan, like that kind of pop.
Jeez.
All right, so your main event is a triple threat match: Claudio Castagnoli versus Roderick Strong versus Tommaso Ciampa. That ends up being his. I mean, not only is he very possessive of his belt, but he's gonna defend it in a triple threat match where he doesn't even have to be pinned, and doesn't matter, he wins. And then Fletcher comes out taking Okada's advice and is like, "Yeah, I want that belt." So that's the end of Collision. Kind of sorry.
Yeah, this is the worst one in the last 5 weeks, probably, actually, Vet. When I felt like that all the other collisions previously were actually quite good and better than Dynamite even. Mm-hmm. But this week in AEW has been atrocious for me. Just crap all the way around. And when it's like that, man, it I don't know, man. It disappoints me pretty badly, and I just wish it was better because then we can talk a bit more positive. Unfortunately, if I had to give any sort of score for both shows, no shit, at the same time, it would be no higher than a 2.5. Straight up.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much I hated these shows this week, dude. I don't know why.
That's really bad, Tony. You ought to be
Tony,
ashamed of yourself.
Tony. Yeah, should be
Hey.
ashamed, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Booker of the Year. But yeah, that sums it up for me. I mean, how did you feel?
Oh yeah, I'd throw almost everything in the trash except for the Ricochet match.
Oh well, yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah, everybody please enjoy the Ricochet match. If you didn't watch it, just skip right to that and just watch that, and then just so you could say like, okay, that's the vet's favorite type of match, if you care. Since I hate everything, so.
But he hates everything equally, though. Just so you know, doesn't discriminate about anything. He just hates them all. Hates everything in wrestling. Nah, but in all seriousness, man, yeah, they need to get their shit together. And thank you for putting on a chic card down here, because now I can save some money and not go.
Yeah,
I was gonna go, man. I do want to go just to one AEW event, so I can say that I've been to one at least. And I remember someone saying in the chat, I think it was Final Boss, the last time I did anything was last year. So before that was 2018. So it was a while between events. It's been quite a while, right?
I don't even know what the last thing. I know it was a random Raw, but I don't remember what year or anything that happened on it.
Have you ever gone outside of the city to an WWE event in the past, other than when you were in OVW, obviously?
Well, I didn't even do it then.
Oh well, you're at Mania basically. But that's
Yeah,
because you had to be.
that. But I mean, as just a ticket buying civilian,
Never.
not really. No.
Actually, can I ask? Did they pay for your tickets as well? Because 2007, was that in Detroit?
We didn't have tickets. We were staff.
Yeah, I know. But did they pay for it? Did OVW pay it, or WWE did they pay it?
WWE. I have a WWE check.
Oh, cool. All right, that's pretty cool, man. Do you still have it?
I think so, somewhere. Yeah.
Don't throw it out, man. That's a pretty cool thing, man. Have your name, WWE logo. I'd pop to that for sure. But anyway,
just so everybody knows that may have not been paid by WWE, Vince McMahon does not, in fact, sign the checks. So
he signs the check.
just so you guys know that. But anyway, so that's it. Yeah, we're done. Let's get out of here.
Any final thoughts before we go?
What? Huh?
Any final thoughts before we go?
No. Everything sucks, and Ricochet's great. So at Opinion Haver everywhere. You can find me on social media platforms, and if you want to check out other HMG shows, I like to do the Impact Attack on Monday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with Brandon. We talk about TNA. I like to do the NXT show with Big Ray Hernandez every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, where we talk about NXT. I'd like you guys to watch the Wrestling with Rip Rogers every Friday, or this past week it was Thursday. It's the Hustler's birthday yesterday, so if you forgot to wish him a happy birthday, go do that. 72 years old, and then on the latest episode, Von Lilas put together a nice compilation of people that sent in happy birthday wishes, and you may see a familiar face on there if you tune in to check that out. Check out the Stevie Richards show, big Royal Rumble preview, and Stevie Richards is going to be moving up his taping schedule so that the episodes come out on Thursday now instead of Friday. So as long as you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you won't have a problem with the time changes. But check them out anyway. And check out Limpin' Ain't Easy with Timmy Baltimore. This latest episode talking about, and it was really good, talking about AAA and The Undertaker booking and stuff. So if you haven't followed Timmy Baltimore, please follow him as well. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's all free. It's free. You don't have to pay for a thing. Just, but he started doing a new format where it's just kind of him just talking into space about all the stuff. And he was good in the first episode, but in the second episode that he just did about The Undertaker and AAA and all this other stuff he talks about, including a Smashing Machine review and other things, he's already so much better. His like 100% better than the previous episode. So,
I agree with that.
Yeah, give him all the support he deserves. That's it for me, Jimmy. What about you?
Man, last week, and you're telling me not to fall asleep. Well, last week and this week, now there's a new week. But I was on every show but the Impact Attack and the Next Level Wrestling Podcast, because I was on the Monday Locker Room with Ben, the Friday Locker Room with MSG. I even done Suck My Balls with MSG also, the South Park.
What episode were they covering that episode?
The one with the Token.
Oh, okay.
Remember Token? The Token black guy?
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, that was a funny episode. I'm not going to lie. That was, actually, I was laughing throughout that whole episode. But anyway, so go check that out at Suck My Balls, or SMB, whatever you want to call it. I was also, I like a roll with myself and Big Ray, Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. Also did the Smack Attack with RBV yesterday. Go and check that out. And also, I did the Insanity podcast with Whooper Brandon, where we talk lunacy. We finally got graphics and intros and all that, so that's cool. Go check that out. It wasn't the best show, but don't worry, we'll get better, obviously, as time goes on. But go check that out, and I think that's about it for me. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world. The vet Jamie the Vet Williams, and you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage Boy
live right here on Hammy Really Good's YouTube channel and on the Patreon after the fact. And the professor will be back in the next couple of weeks, just quietly. Won't be back next week, but the week after he'll be with us. But till next time, peace out. Thank you to everyone that's joined us, and we'll see you soon. Bye.